What's good, YouTube? It's your boy King Rose back again, once again, with another video classic. Today, people, we're gonna talk about Carmelo Anthony, man. So Carmelo Anthony supposedly out the league. Really, man, like I'm a Carmelo Anthony fan, and like this whole time, I always rooted for Carmelo Anthony. Out of respect for my late great friend Mariah, rest in peace. Basically, like Mariah, her whole thing was like Carmelo Anthony was a dog. Like a lot of us in my generation didn't really like LeBron. We wasn't like the biggest LeBron fans. So, you know what I'm saying? When it came to that type of guy, we always thought he kind of whined a little too much. He wasn't, you know what I'm saying? We kind of felt like he wasn't living up to his potential when we absolutely didn't know a thing. Like, shit. The reality was LeBron knew exactly what the fuck he was doing because, shit, one could argue he the GOAT, second greatest of all time, either way it go. Carmelo Anthony, however, was supposed to get drafted by the Pistons. Now, if Carmelo Anthony properly gets drafted by the Pistons, he wound up joining the team that's going on to win the championship. You know, he could play some pivotal minutes. You know what I'm saying? And then especially like when we match him up against Kobe Bryant, like a prime Kobe Bryant versus a young Carmelo Anthony, not really knowing how to play or how to guard that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like we kind of we kind of sold Carmelo short. You know, me being from Detroit, you know what I'm saying? We had the opportunity to give Carmelo that shot. I think the one thing that kind of ruins Carmelo Anthony's future is the fact that, you know what I'm saying, Carmelo Anthony, like, if you look at it, Dwayne Wade, he was able to go back to Miami. LeBron James, even for a moment, he was able to go back to Cleveland. You look at the Denver Nuggets, like, do the Denver Nuggets need Carmelo Anthony? Like, you got a couple players who not playing, Will Barton, Isaiah Thomas, you feel me? And they not looking like, well, I ain't gonna say they not looking like nothing, but they hurt. They not playing. So, to like, will Denver even want Carmelo back? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a dilemma for Carmelo Anthony at this point. And then one could coincide and look at New York and be like, well, New York, you know, y'all Carmelo Anthony's second home, so well, y'all take Carmelo back. Now, I feel like New York is bad enough to accept the Carmelo Anthony back where Porzingis, Kevin Knox, David Fizdale might be able to get the most out of Carmelo. So I feel like one of those two options might be the only option for Carmelo. Like either Denver, which I don't see Denver really needing or wanting Carmelo because you got Jokic, you got Gary Harris, Jamal Murray, Miles Plumlee. Like y'all got a good team in Denver, and you know what I'm saying? Like New York, like they still rebuilding. Barring the fact, like if they don't get no big free agents next year, I would say like don't get Carmelo Anthony until really, and then you can argue like New York, like you know what I'm saying? Like if New York is a free agent destination next year for Jimmy Butler, for Kawhi Leonard, for Kyrie Irving, for Kevin Durant, for Klay Thompson or whoever, you know what I'm saying? Like will they even want to spend money on Carmelo just to keep him in the league for this year? So, you know what I'm saying? I kind of really blame Joe Dumars, man, you know, for the Detroit Pistons because at the end of the day, Joe D had the ability to not sign, draft Carmelo Anthony, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, y'all drop the ball. We get darker. And, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying foreign players are bad, you know what I'm saying? I just kind of feel like you can watch the foreign players and you can tell the ones who got the potential and the ones who don't. Like, you look at Luka. Luka was an MVP over there before he got there. Like, Dirk. Okay, Dirk had to build the skills up. Joel Embiid, DeAndre Ayton, Giannis. You know what I'm saying? A lot of those guys didn't have to build their skills up, but you got to understand the international game is not like the NBA game. They caught on in the international ball at the moment where you can argue LeBron, Wade, Kobe, and all those guys was on USA Basketball and motivated guys to want to play. So you just got to look at those certain things and just know, like, you know what I'm saying, for Carmelo Anthony, it could be over, but you got to look at it from this point, bro. If you couldn't win with Westbrook, who is a selfish point guard, you couldn't win with Chris Paul, who is sort of like a pass first point guard, and then you have Allen Iverson and Chauncey Billups, bro, it could be you. But I'm not going to blame Carmelo Anthony wholeheartedly when it's really 100% his fault because I kind of really feel like the relationship with him and Lala, once he had that situation that happened with him and they split up, I think that really destroyed his mental too, where Hoodie Melo became a big thing. Team USA Melo is a big thing, but NBA Melo, Syracuse Melo was a big thing, but NBA Melo wasn't that great. And I think a lot of that has to do with him being an older, mature guy and not having that family that can mess a man's mental up. And I think a lot of that could be the reason. But, that's it, you guys. I just want to say, like, Carmelo, you was always one of my favorite players, man. It's just sad that this is the end of your career when the Pistons could have drafted you and we probably had 3 championships. You would have 3 championships, and it really wouldn't even matter what you're doing now because this is just be all for the legacy and adding points and milestones. But y'all know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe.